Hello, I'm Langston. I'm back on my channel, Military Election Forecasting. Today I'm going to be talking about something that happened roughly a month ago and its response. So, roughly a month ago, I got basically canceled and blacklisted by a lot of conservative YouTube channels for practically really just existing. Like, I'm someone that's been very active on political spaces. In the past, I had another account. I still do have that account named Jimlandia, where that account's mainly dedicated to sports, but I do still watch political content on that channel, and I comment on it. And these group of conservative podcasters really disagreed with the things I had to say. And even though usually, like, as people know, like, I'm very accurate when it comes to making political predictions, like very accurate, they just would drag me, attack me, belittle me, like just obnoxious stuff. And for me, because I'm such an unbiased person when it comes to making actual predictions, I really got into people that just like could not put their bias aside to see like the actual truth. I've been let that go. I've been got past that. So in the meantime, one day that person decided to post a whole like a whole community tab, like dragging me, convincing people to cancel me. I'm sure people have seen it, telling people to not watch my content, and etc. And obviously that person failed because, I'm still getting a lot of views on my content. But regardless, a channel that I really supported, Political Junkie 2414, decided to jump in and take that person's, like, say, yeah, I kind of agree, like, military relation forecasting is a little bit, etc. So we got into it big because of that. Because I took that as like straight disrespect, because it wasn't only the fact that what the people were saying was disrespectful. They were using really somewhat many people would view as racially motivated terms. Like some of the things they were saying about me seemed very racially motivated. Calling someone obnoxious, ghetto and aggressive. These are things that, people say when they're being, pretty racist, more than likely. So with that, I wanted to go back on it. So obviously, I'm from Atlanta. I'm black. I'm in the military, and all of those things are things I think that add a lot of space, a lot of different viewpoints to this political space. I joined and made this channel because there aren't many black people on this space. I don't think there is a black person on this space that I've ever known. Like in terms of actually making content about politics. Like if you go on Instagram, go on social media, like they're always talking about it, but no one actually makes a forecasting election channel. So I wanted to do that because, I people are always talking about black voters, black this, black that. Like I'm seeing it on Fox News, on MSNBC, but no one's ever like, actually making predictions from their perspective. So that's the main reason I decided to create this account. And also, with being in the military, I've had the privilege to meet people from every state, every territory, like every part of the country. And I thought that was a very valuable thing to add to this, space. Because from what I've seen, political YouTube seems to be very white, very male. I don't know any woman that's has a forecasting channel, even though the majority of the American electorate is female. So I wanted to, bring some very needed diversity to this space. And clearly, my subscribers have agreed with that. I've gotten a lot of views, a lot of interactions with people. And I attribute that because I have such a different perspective. And obviously, that perspective wasn't necessarily tolerated by a lot of people. But I mean, I don't realistically care at this point. I haven't addressed those people in a month, over a month. And, I plan on keeping it like that. But this person decided to, say they messed up and tried to apologize for it. And I appreciate them for trying to fix the situation. But at the same time, I think they missed the point. I wasn't necessarily mad at them about making their comment. Like, yeah, I was mad about them making a comment about the situation, but I was more mad at the fact that, I and the people I know took it as, racially insensitive comments and people clearly being biased against me based off of, very questionable things. And that instead of, addressing the situation and saying what's wrong, this person chose to act like it wasn't that big of a deal and made it seem like it was normal to act like that. And when someone claims to be an ally but they show themselves to be a wolf in sheep's clothing, it It's not too positive to see from my perspective. So with that, that's all I wanted to talk about on my channel. I wanted to give the person some clout. Like I wanted to give them some, I guess props for, at least making a video to address what they did. But I think that the moral truth is, political YouTube is very, very out of touch with the actual American perspective of politics, and just very radical in terms of like the people that you have that post these videos. These are people who get mad at me for talking about, the political importance of black voters and et cetera. Like, that's what my channel is based off of. But have the audacity to be having Republicans winning 56, 57 Senate seats. Like, we're talking about these people had Doug Mastriano winning, but they're talking about me for being radical. Like, I can't make this up. When, my channel, you see, I make videos about Kamala Harris, videos about Donald Trump. Like, I'm not gonna take a side in terms of my actual bias. Like, yes, I'm biased to a certain perspective, in my actual life, but in terms of making predictions, I mean, like, you can't bias votes. Like, just because you're biased doesn't mean people are gonna vote that way. So again, I'm not stupid. Like, regardless of my political beliefs, I'm not gonna sit up here and be delusional. So with that, that's all I have to say on this video. I wanted to point that out. I'm not going to address the other channels, but I'm sure you guys get the memo. But again, make sure to have a nice day, you guys. And thank you guys so much for tuning into my channel. Goodbye.